Welcome to Real Life. Real lessons in emotional healing and freedom. Hi, I'm your host, Helen Nachintu, a holistic guide, intuitive calibrator reflector, and fellow traveler on this path of soul remembrance and inner alchemy. This podcast is a sacred space to remember who you are beneath the noise and reclaim your power through presence, softness, and soul truth. Each episode is an invitation to rise, not by force, but by frequency. Join me as we anchor in the love energy together. We inherit more than just eye color and personality traits from our ancestors. Embedded within our families, often unconsciously passed down through stories left untold and wounds left unhealed, lies a deep and complex inheritance, generational trauma. Generational trauma, also known as ancestral or intergenerational trauma, refers to the emotional and psychological pain that is passed from one generation to the next. It can stem from major historical events such as war, slavery, colonialism, or genocide. But it also emerges from persistent family patterns of abuse, neglect, addiction, mental illness, and unspoken grief. These inherited wounds often show up as anxiety, depression, chronic stress, relationship dysfunction, or even physical illness, without us fully understanding why we feel the way we do. The truth is, we are often carrying burdens that are not entirely ours. But here's the revolutionary truth. We can stop this cycle. When it comes to understanding the roots of generational trauma, imagine trauma like a ripple. One traumatic event, say, for instance, a parent who grew up in a war-torn country, creates a shockwave that impacts not only their nervous system, but the environment in which their children grow. Even if that child never directly experienced the war, they inherit the after effects from the fear-based parenting, the emotional unavailability, or the heightened sensitivity to danger. Trust me, as a now parent that went through 3 civil wars as a child, I do know a thing or two about this subject and how it can play out in our own lives as adults and in the lives of our children. Research in the fields of epigenetics and psychology actually supports this. Scientists have found that trauma can actually alter gene expression, meaning that trauma isn't just emotional. It can become biological. These changes can be passed down, influencing the behavior, stress responses, and overall well-being of future generations. And yet, while trauma may be inherited, it is not a life sentence. We are the generational tribe that will have the ability and that truly has the ability to transition from this generational trauma and break the cycles. We are the transitional generation, the cycle breakers, the light bringers, the healers of our ancestral lines. When it comes to the silent weight that we carry, you may notice this inheritance through recurring patterns in your life. For instance, this could manifest as constant people pleasing or the fear of rejection. It can manifest as difficulty trusting others or difficulty in forming deep connections in your relationships. Whether that is family relationships, work colleagues, your romantic relationships, please take this as it resonates. The silent weight that we carry can also manifest as sudden emotional triggers that you cannot trace to personal experiences. It can also manifest as feeling responsible for fixing other people's problems. And it can manifest as struggling with self-worth despite your external successes. If any of these resonate with you, you are not broken. You are carrying a legacy that needs to be seen, acknowledged, and gently released. When it comes to embracing healing in a modern world, healing generational trauma is not just about blaming your family or reliving old wounds. It is about bringing awareness to unconscious patterns and choosing to live your life differently from your ancestors. Today, we have more tools than ever before to support emotional healing. Here are 5 suggestions for emotional healing practices. The first one is inner child and shadow work. connecting with your inner child, the part of you that carries unmet needs, that carries the pain and the innocence, can begin to dissolve old narratives. Shadow work helps you face suppressed parts of yourself without judgment. Together, these practices reclaim lost parts of the soul. The second practice is somatic healing. Trauma lives in the body. Somatic techniques such as breath work, yoga, EFT tapping, TRE, tension and trauma releasing exercises, and intuitive movement help release stored emotional energy, calming the nervous system and helping you to build resilience. The third practice that you can do for generational trauma is therapy and coaching. Working with a trauma-informed therapist or a coach provides a safe container for you to explore your story. This can help you recognize patterns, set boundaries, and practice emotional regulation techniques. Coaching, in particular, empowers you to move forward with intentional action. The fourth practice is family constellation work. This powerful group method helps reveal hidden dynamics in family systems, often uncovering deep ancestral patterns. Through guided sessions, you are able to witness the unseen loyalties and roles you may have been unconsciously playing out. This can also help you to release them with compassion. The fifth practice that you can do to help you release generational trauma is spiritual and ancestral healing. Many cultures honor their ancestors and engage in rituals to clear generational burdens, whether through meditation, prayer, journaling, altar work, or through guided ancestral healing journeys. You can cultivate a relationship with your lineage that is rooted in reverence and not in resentment. My personal mission is to empower you to heal. Hi, I'm Helen, an integrative holistic health and well-being coach and mentor, a workshop facilitator, and advocate for emotional freedom. Through my journey of healing inherited trauma, I have come to believe that each of us holds the power to transform pain into purpose. In my coaching sessions, online courses, and live workshops, I create spaces where individuals feel seen, heard, and supported. I guide people to release shame, rewrite limiting narratives, and develop the emotional tools needed to thrive, not just to survive. Together, we explore how to feel safe in your own body, how to regulate emotions without suppression, and how to embody your true self, free from ancestral expectations. I hold the torch while you walk through the tunnel. And beyond that tunnel, there is light. There is clarity. And there is liberation beyond that dark tunnel. So, why does breaking the cycle matter? Well, when you choose to heal, you don't just heal for yourself. You heal generations forward and generations backward. You free your children and future generations from carrying the same burdens. You gift your ancestors peace by acknowledging what was once silenced. You raise the collective vibration by embracing authenticity, vulnerability, and strength. Breaking the cycle is not easy. It requires courage, consistency, and community. And it is the most sacred and revolutionary act you can take today. And you never have to do it alone. Just know that a brighter future starts with you, the cycle breaker. Here is the truth. You are not here to repeat your lineage. You are here to evolve it. You are not destined to carry wounds that are not yours. You are here to alchemize and transform those wounds into wisdom, compassion, creativity, and power. Your emotional freedom is not just a personal goal. It's a spiritual mission. When you choose to heal you, you become a lighthouse for others, showing that no matter how dark the past, a brighter future is always possible. Thank you for tuning in to Real Life. If today's episode helped you soften, center, or see things more clearly, please share it with someone walking their own path of emotional healing. Connect with me on Instagram @life_. or visit life.com to explore deeper offerings, healing sessions, and soul tools. And remember, you do not have to match the energy of the world to change it. You were born to anchor in love. Until next time, stay sovereign, stay anchored in love, and remember to tune into real life.